Tiffany Stratton helps Jade Cargill fend off Secret Hervice. Full WWE SmackDown highlights breakdown. Welcome back to the channel, wrestling fans. Tonight's episode of WWE SmackDown didn't just shake the WWE Universe. It blasted a hole right through it. In a night already jam-packed with action, betrayal, and bold statements, it was one shocking moment that left fans speechless and maybe a little scared. That's right. We're talking about the chaotic alliance between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill, who found themselves side by side in an all-out war against a mysterious group now being called the Secret Hervice, a dark, masked, underground faction that ambushed Jade mid-match in what could only be described as pure mayhem. And in a stunning twist, it was Tiffany Stratton, yes, Tiffany, Miss Tiffy Time herself, who sprinted down the ramp and took up arms with the very woman she's been trading blows with for weeks. So why'd she do it? What is the Secret Hervice? And what does this mean for the women's division moving forward? Today, we're breaking down the entire SmackDown moment by moment, with exclusive backstage reactions, match details, and insider theories you won't hear anywhere else. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss a beat from the wild world of WWE. Let's dive in, because this is one episode of SmackDown that fans will be talking about for a long time. SmackDown kicked off in cinematic fashion, with intense blue lights casting a sharp glow over the ramp as Jade Cargill's music hit. With a stern look and a powerful walk, Jade entered the arena, clearly not in the mood for games. Fresh off her controversial victory last week against Naomi, fans were wondering if we'd see a more humble Jade, or one even more dangerous. Spoiler alert, we got the latter. Jade grabbed the mic, standing dead center in the ring. What followed was a powerful, commanding promo. "They keep lining them up, and I keep knocking them down," Jade growled. "Naomi was just the beginning. This division? It's mine. And the sooner everyone understands that, the easier this will be. Tiffany, I know you're back there watching, doll. Stay in your lane, or get steamrolled like everyone else." The crowd was a mix of boos and cheers. Love her or hate her, Jade had the fans on edge. But before she could drop the mic, the lights flickered. Not in the usual dramatic WWE fashion. They glitched. The screen went black. Then, on the Titantron, a strange, grainy visual appeared. 6 shadowy figures stood in a red-lit warehouse, faces obscured by skeletal masks. One stepped forward and uttered just one word. Soon, the lights came back on. The crowd was stunned. Jade looked around, confused but not afraid. She smirked and mouthed, "Bring it." And with that, the show cut to commercial. The tone for the night was set, and the danger, it seemed, had only just begun. Backstage, chaos was already brewing. Jade was shown storming through the halls, demanding answers from producers. But what made things even more tense? A camera caught Tiffany Stratton arriving at the arena late. When questioned by Byron Saxton, Tiffany brushed off the delay. "Please, I don't have to be here for the start of the show. I am a show. Jade can run her mouth all she wants. But when I decide it's Tiffy time, she'll be nothing but a memory." She flipped her hair and walked off confidently, but the tension was clearly rising. Producers were shown whispering behind her. It became obvious that security had been beefed up backstage. Rumors swirled that WWE officials had no idea who the Secret Hervice were, only that they may not be signed talent. Meanwhile, Tiffany was seen preparing for her match later in the night, smirking at her reflection in a mirror. She looked unfazed, but something lingered in her eyes. Was it nerves? Or was she in on something? As we headed into the main event, it was time for Jade Cargill to prove her dominance once again, this time against the wild card of the division, Shotzi. Shotzi came roaring down the ramp in her tank, bringing all the chaos and intensity fans expect from her. She wasn't intimidated by Jade. If anything, she looked thrilled to step into the storm. The bell rang, and the match was off to a wild start. Shotzi used speed and creativity, ducking under Jade's powerful grapples and hitting quick dropkicks to keep her opponent off balance. For a few minutes, it looked like Shotzi might actually pull off an upset. But then, Jade caught her midair and planted her with a thunderous powerbomb. The ring shook. Jade stood tall, flexing and yelling at the crowd. But before she could go for the pin, the lights cut out again. Gasps echoed through the arena. When the lights came back on, 5 masked figures were surrounding the ring, clad in black hooded robes and skeletal face paint. Shotzi was knocked out. Jade was in the ring, facing them all alone. Suddenly, they slid into the ring. Jade took out the first one with a spinning back fist, then a second with a spear. But she was quickly overwhelmed. One masked figure wrapped a chain around her ankle. Another hit her with a lead pipe to the ribs. Jade screamed in pain. And just when all hope looked lost, Tiffany Stratton's music hit. The crowd exploded in shock. Tiffany ran down the ramp, not in her typical glamorous outfit, but in jeans and boots, hair tied back, fists clenched. She slid into the ring and blasted one of the masked figures with a chair. The rest turned their attention to her, but Tiffany swung wildly, yelling, "You want a war?" The unlikely alliance of Tiffany and Jade fought back side by side. It was chaos. Security finally stormed the ring, forcing the attackers out. They disappeared into the crowd, leaving behind only wreckage and confusion. As the smoke cleared, Jade stood on one side of the ring, Tiffany on the other. They locked eyes, and though they didn't shake hands, the message was clear. Enemies had just become uneasy allies. Immediately after the show, social media exploded. Clips of the beatdown and Tiffany's surprise rescue went viral. Hashtags like hashtag Secret Hervice, hashtag Jade Cargill, and hashtag Tiffy Time started trending worldwide. Backstage, WWE Digital caught up with Tiffany for a post-show interview. She looked exhausted, sweaty, and furious. "Don't get it twisted. I didn't do it for Jade," she snapped. "I did it because this is my division. I'll be damned if some masked freaks ruin what I built. You want to jump us from behind? Try doing it face-to-face next time. Cowards." Jade was later seen being evaluated by medical staff, clutching her ribs but refusing to take pain meds. When asked about Tiffany, she simply said, "I don't trust her. But tonight, she earned a little respect. That's it. No more, no less." Meanwhile, WWE officials announced that an investigation into the Secret Hervice was officially underway. No one had been identified. No one had been signed to developmental. Triple H was reportedly furious about the breach in security. Rumors. We'll be following this story closely. But one thing is for sure. The women's division has never been more unpredictable, more exciting, or more dangerous. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. Do you think Tiffany and Jade should form a team? Who do you think the Secret Hervice are? And will this lead to a faction war at Survivor Series? Until next time, stay sharp, stay savage, and remember, it's always Tiffy time, even when the lights go out.